Well, last time we left off, Gamaliel, who really knew the old Jewish law and was a wise Pharisee, said that if this thing about the preaching about Jesus is a fallacy, it'll die down. Just let it go, it'll die down. If it's not a fallacy, there's nothing you can do to stop it anyway. So once again, and they couldn't explain how they got out of jail, how that angel came in the middle of the night. That was just off the table. They didn't even talk about that one. But Gamaliel said, if this is of God, there's nothing you can do to stop it. So let him go and see what happens, if it'll come to a grinding halt by itself or it will continue. So they let him go. But you know, those poor guys, Peter and John, they let him go again, but not before giving him a severe whiplashing. Oh, they beat them to a pulp, just like they did with Jesus. They let him have it. And they had these whiplash things like with bones, with shards in the end. And they just beat the boys raw. And then they let him go. But Peter said to John, you know, it's worth it all. It's not as bad as the beatings that Jesus took. He said, we counted all joy because the gospel, we're free, and the gospel can continue. So these poor guys, the very next day, they were back there again. But you know, the crowd had an idea. Some in the crowd had an idea, and they said, to save your guys' lives and all these awful beatings, why don't we start, instead of meeting in public where the Jewish hierarchy can see what's happening, why don't we start meeting in the homes? I mean, you got 12 disciples and even more now. You've got them. And why don't we start meeting inside the houses where they don't even know about it? And we can still hear the word of God like we want to. And they thought, that's a good idea. And so that's where the churches really started, was in the homes. And they wouldn't be out in public and irritating the Jewish leaders all the time. And so they started meeting in separate little houses all around here and there. And that's where the first churches got started, right there. Okay? Talk to you next time.